Hello, friends. This is Bridgit Danner from Hormone Detox Shop. I hope you're having a happy Monday. It's sort of nice for me to have my work week because it gives some structure to this crazy quarantine time. So I wanted to come on and share a little bit about a couple clients I had recently because I realized my clientele is really becoming more of like a type. And if you are in that type, I would love to work with you. And we have some specials available this month too, to make that easier for you. So I just wanted to take a minute. So a couple clients I've had recently, one has been feeling off for about 10 years, had some international travel, digestion started to be off, came back to the United States, hormones were off, fertility challenges, wanted to check for mold, thought there was some mold, this kind of thing. So she had purchased a mold test and an organic acids test from her. And this was my first, from us, excuse me, and this was my first time meeting her. We didn't find a lot of mold, and we didn't find a lot of really overt candida or Clostridia infections on her oat. I think she detoxifies pretty well. And this doesn't at all mean that her symptoms aren't valid or something isn't going on. So in her case, what I felt was going on was she definitely has some inability to digest, and that came on suddenly, and I think some brain inflammation that came on suddenly that hasn't resolved. She's got food sensitivities, she doesn't digest fats well. So I'm kind of working with her first on that layer of digestion and fats, and doing a little basic detox and deflaming her brain and working on brain inflammation. In my kind of assessment, I think she's got some other infections that weren't measured on what we tested, that we can explore, maybe as step 2 after we get down these first, layers of things I think that we can work on. The other client I just saw the other day was a little more unusual because usually people have had symptoms a long time, and he's only had symptoms within the last 6 months or so. And he's seen multiple neurologists, gotten MRIs and stuff, really not getting much relief, some relief by radically improving his diet, but feels pretty lost about what supplements to take. Also ran a mold test, oat test, similar. Not a lot was honestly found. But for him, I think a head injury he had a month or 2 before this started is really the kicker. It doesn't have to be a big head injury for you to develop brain inflammation. And then within a couple days, your whole gut could be dysregulated. You're not digesting. Now you're getting infections. So I think that's kind of his root cause that we're exploring. But similarly, we're going to work on his inflammation, work on some basic digestive stuff before we look for the next layer. So what else did I want to say about his case? Yeah, I think brain inflammation is not an appreciated thing for a lot of practitioners, and it's a big deal. So whether you're getting Western medicine or you're getting something else, sometimes like that understanding of how the body works can be missed. So those are just a couple examples, and I really love our clients because they do their research, they're dedicated. It's not an easy path to try to figure out your root causes and what's going on for you, and then to try to figure out which supplements are the right fit and all that. But it's worth it, because how are you going to live with this compromised health all the time? So I wanted to quickly share a couple things we have going on this this April. So this April we have $50 off our GI map test and review. For some reason it's not showing the sale price on these ones that have different options, but this is $50 off. And then I went ahead and made these 2 services $50 off as well, because in this time of coronavirus, you might be having some questions and like really wanting to look at your root cause of health, these are 2 consultations. They're a half an hour, they're private. And you can either just talk to us about your symptoms and what's going on. That's called a supplement or feedback consultation. We can give you some advice on what you're taking, where to go next. It's really valuable. It's only $97 right now for a private chance to talk with myself or my coach. And we have a ton, like just a wealth of background. Other thing that's the same price and this amazing deal also is what we call our past labs review. So if you have run a few labs but didn't really get the interpretation that you wanted or that was helpful for you, this review can really help you just like get clarity, and you don't want to feel like you wasted your money on other labs, or just get a second opinion on those labs, whether it's how is your thyroid doing or a hormone test you had. So both of those are $50 off this month, as well as a GI map. This is our shop, but on our site right now you'll see a webinar where you can learn more about these Megaspore products. I think our most recent article on binders and Mega IgG has the video linked in it. So just kind of wanted to share, what we do if you're not really quite sure. So those are some of the things we do beyond selling supplements and doing a lot of education. You can work with us privately, either to order a new lab or to look at old labs or just talk to us. And it's honestly really valuable because a lot of people aren't taking the right supplements. They're feeling kind of stuck. So yeah, we'd love to have you. The GI map is a really amazing stool test. I'm very loyal to this test. I think it's great. It can give you a sense of your gut health, infections like candida and parasites, your bacterial balance, and all that is super important to immunity. Many of us just have a messed up gut from stress and food additives and all that stuff. So I hope that helps. If you have any private, questions you want to ask privately, you can reach out to us. Otherwise, it's really easy to shop. You just click on this little button that says buy now, and then you'll get an email saying what happens next, whether we're sending you a lab or we're asking you to send your old lab. So it's pretty easy. We've always been all online, which comes in really handy right now. And I think over time, people have had resistance to like working online sometimes. It's actually amazing. You don't have to travel and waste all your time. We have this down to a science, and we just take really good care of you. Thanks for watching, everybody.